Hey, so I am now on the line with a Mr. Dimitris Psychogyios. You were born and raised in Athens, Greece. Is that correct?
Correct.
Hey, you are a championship dance competitor who specializes in salsa. Is that proper?
Exactly.
And for the last 13 years, in 2008, you started La Secta Dance Company, which is the pioneer of New York style salsa in Athens, Greece. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Everything was correct, like you said.
I want to first start off by saying I want to thank you so much, Dimitris, for taking time out here to talk to me, man. I really appreciate that.
I'm happy to do it every time.
Thank you so much, man. I think a great way to start this out, man, I would absolutely love to hear about, your childhood growing up in Greece, man. What was that like for you?
My childhood, I have to say, it was pretty good. Greece is a beautiful country, and the weather is always warm, so it means we play a lot as children. So it was nice. I used to be involved with sports since I was really young. I used to play basketball, like even semi-pro, because I played until 18.
Nice.
So yeah, I used to love it. I used to play like 5 hours per day. I was crazy about it.
What position were you?
I changed because I'm not like, I don't know in feet my height, but I'm like 1 meter 85 centimeters.
Okay.
So when I was young, I almost had the same height. So I was a shooting guard, but I played also like a playmaker in the ending of my career, let's say. But yeah, I was a player that I could change positions easily. So I was. It was pretty good, and my childhood as a basketball player, it was amazing, I have to say, and it gave me a lot of things that I even now use in my career as a dancer, like the commitment and that I have to like struggle and I have to do it like this and I have to stick with rehearsals now. Back then, all the coaching we have and everything, and I was more like a team player, and all this mentality helped me like in the following years. Also, the consistency is one of the words that I love, and it helped me to do what I want. And I took this all these things from basketball, I have to say.
I'm curious, man. Is basketball a popular sport in Greece? Is football more popular?
Yeah, no. Both, but basketball used to be like pretty popular because we won like a European championship back in 1987, I think. Yeah, in 1987. So it was like a boom and an explosion, and everyone, every kid, like was had a basketball and used to play in the courts. And now, of course, with Giannis, it's again popular.
Okay, okay, that's right. That's awesome. Man. That's awesome. So you're growing up in Greece. I guess tell me this, man. I'm very curious to know. I guess how important was music in your household when you were growing up?
In general, I used to change like what I was listening like through the years. I was growing up and had different taste in music, but I was always searching for new things, and I was easy to go with new things and try. Okay, this is like metal, this is like pop, this is something different. So okay, let's try it. This is traditional Greek later on, and I believe there's beauty in every kind of music, as long as it's quality artists. Okay, so I mean, you can find like really good music, like let's say rock, and bad music. And I say bad in terms of like not the same quality as really like really synchronized and perfect like band.
I think I definitely understand that, man. Like the most popular artists of a genre are probably very good at what they do, right?
What do you mean? And the most, okay, yeah, I know what. Yeah, of course, you have to like. be a little crazy and stick to what you do
Mhm.
in order to like in a higher level.
Yeah. So they're gonna be very, very talented, very amazing. So I understand that. I definitely do. So growing up in Greece, you get really heavy into basketball. I'm curious. You said you almost went semi-pro. Um, were you destined for the league? A professional, or did you like put that off to go to college? What happened for you?
No, I was like since I was 15, I used to play with the men's team. I
Okay.
play, yeah, because we have like the teenagers and then we have like adults, something like that.
Yeah.
First is like the teenagers, adults, and since I was like the last season with the teenagers, I used to play at the same time with the men's team, with the regular team, and I loved it because I didn't have like I had so much like energy to do it that I didn't care. I mean, if it was like 30 years old, some guy or tall or big, I didn't mind. I was like crazy about it. I had like this mentality like I don't care, like I'm gonna do it. So it helped me a lot.
Wait,
um,
real quick. I did some research before this, and someone told me that you said you would dunk on Giannis. Is that what you said? Have you said that?
no, but there's a guy in Greece that said that, which is not true, which is not that, like he beat him like 21-0 one-on-one, which is not true. It's a basketball player, it's a good one, but has nothing to do, of course, with Giannis.
Nah, I definitely understand that, man.
It's just our neighborhoods are kind of close. That's the only common element that we have.
Nah,
Nothing
I
else.
understand. I definitely understand that, man. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but okay, so yeah, you said you I guess what made you stop? What made you kind of put basketball to the side?
When you play like in a smaller like league, let's say, um, people there that don't really care like a professional, like super
Hey.
professional championship team, let's say. I used to love to play, and at some time, there were like people like older, like 32, 35, whatever, that they finished their day job and they wanted to play as well.
Uh-huh.
So all the young ones, even if they are talented, they couldn't like play the time that you need.
Yeah.
So I was kind of frustrated because I didn't care about. I just wanted to play. I didn't care about anything else, and I quit like for a small period, and then dancing came into my life
Mm.
unexpectedly, of course. So that's why there wasn't any specific reason. I was kind of frustrated because I didn't change my team, and I didn't thought about doing something else in the basketball. And then just dancing came in my life, and I wanted to do something in the again, like to be like really passionate about, and it came like really fast after that.
Mm. All right, so I mean I think that's a great segue, man. So tell me how you first got introduced to dancing. How did that first happen for you? And how old were you? Were you 18 or?
19, almost 20. I was 19 to 20, something like that, 19 and a half, let's say. And first, very, very first was like a conversation I had like with a girl, and I say, like, listen, like I dance Latin, she told me in general. And I say, yeah, you should do it. We don't have like a lot of men. I say, yeah, maybe one day. And then like after the summer, I had a friend from school that she told us, okay, we're gonna have a party. They used to do like Latin Ballroom. So and they say, join us, it will be fun. And I went there and I said, okay, now we're here. Now what do we do? Nothing. Okay. And I said, I want to dance. So there was an instructor that she showed me like a few steps, like a basics of some dances. And then I asked about if they gave classes. So I started like a little bit with Latin Ballroom, and I loved it in general. The whole idea, it was like totally different from me. Imagine like playing basketball like for 10 years and then like go to something extremely different, like with another person, the music, dancing, and you are young. It feels like you are stressed a little bit, dancing for a woman, I mean. And yeah, and then I started like with the classes, and I was so excited. And when I was had the first class, I went back home practicing a little bit the steps because I wanted to be ready for the next class. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So yeah, and after a few months, I don't know, I continue like with the whole story. So after a few months, I was studying different things back then, and I saw a couple dancing actually from abroad. They brought them like for a show, and I was like astonished, like, wow, this was amazing. And I went back home that night, and I was thinking, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I love this thing. So I went to my parents and I said, listen, guys, I'm not gonna study even my second option because I changed a lot of things. And I said, okay, I want to do dancing. I don't know if I'm going to be good at it or how good I can become. And I love it. I think I found what I want to do in life. So yeah, my parents, thank God, they were really open-minded, and I say, of course, as long as it's the last one that you change, we're going to support you. So I had the full support from my parents, and it was easier for me to do what I want.
All right, so you dropped a lot of information there, man. So I guess how old were you when you made that decision to dive head first into it? Were you 20 at that time, 21?
Something like that.
Okay.
I was, and I took it like, again, really seriously. As I told you, like I was playing basketball, like super serious, like 5 hours per day. I was training and everything. So when I was to dancing, I said, I want to do it the same way because I had the same mentality on how to work. So it was the same for me.
And so tell me, you take it seriously. Do you join a dance school? Do you just start taking classes all day? What's your game plan?
Yeah, in the beginning, because I told you I did Latin ballroom. So I just went for dancing. So I didn't know if it's salsa or Latin ballroom or whatever. I said, okay, it's a couple dance. Is this one? Okay, I'm going to do it. So when I started, because I'm really curious as a person, I actually went in every school that they had a party. So I wanted to practice a lot. So I said, okay, I'm going to go to this party and this party and this party. And I was searching like crazy. What's another party? And I also went to Latin clubs. For salsa. Okay. But back in the days, salsa, like in terms of dancing level, was like zero in Greece. We had like people that they had a few steps they learned in their university. We had like people that they had traveled to Latin America and they get some steps. So we didn't have any actual dancers. But at the same time, I was going there because I thought it's the same what I do. And in this club, they play the same thing. So I was really intrigued and I liked it a lot. And yes, after that, not after that, at the same time, I was doing my classes in the Latin Ballroom studio. That's it. And because I saw this couple I told you, I started to do like, I wanted to have like a competition in Latin Ballroom because I asked my coach, like, what's this? And they told me this is a couple that they train for competitions. And I say, oh, cool. I want to do that. It's nice. I loved it. So I wanted to do that. And I started straight. Even if I was like, my level was really low, I said, I'm going to take step by step, but I want to start now. So I went straight to this one.
And so you mean straight to this one? You mean you immediately started competing in Latin Ballroom? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I asked them to create routines for me, so in order to rehearse and practice. And I started at the same time I was doing classes, improving my social dancing in ballroom, and in terms of teaching as well, because I wanted to learn the full thing, and also taking classes for choreographies and competitions in the same time.
Okay, man. I feel like there's so many places we could go with this, man, but I feel like that is very like brave of you to immediately jump into competing, man. I'll speak for myself, and I imagine there's others with me. I was on a performance team, and I absolutely hated it, to be honest with you. I did not enjoy competing, man. I enjoyed the practicing. I practiced so much, but getting on stage, man, I was a nervous wreck. Oh my goodness, man. I'm curious, man. Did you have that same feeling? Did you get nervous or not really?
No, because
I'm jealous.
I believe it's like if you are really, really well rehearsed. And I told you this mentality, like when we go with your basketball team and you have the opponent and you say, okay, I'm going to do this. We're going to beat the game. I have this attitude. So I was dancing with a basketball player attitude.
That's just confidence, right? Confidence.
I'm gonna have the three, I'm gonna dunk, I'm gonna do everything. It was like this attitude inside of me. So I had the same feeling because I didn't know any other feeling. I mean, in terms of dancing. So I had more like the feeling of, yeah, we're gonna win this. And actually we did. When I compete my first competition, we won.
Amazing.
Let's say like amateurs, like dancing like the cha-cha-cha. I had like, yeah. So we won. There was like, I think 15, 16 couples, something like that.
That's awesome. And your first one, that can be very like motivating, very confidence boosting, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, but we were working a lot, like strict to that. Yeah, I love it. I want to do it. It's great. So it gave me back lots of feelings, like practicing actually. This is what I love a lot, to dance like for my own.
Who was your dance partner back then?
There was a girl named Christina.
Okay.
We used to dance for 2 years. My first partner.
And tell me, who were your original Latin ballroom instructors? So I want to give them a shout out.
Yeah, he's in Greece. I love him. His name is Ilias Boutsis.
Okay.
And together with his partner as well, Paula. Because I took classes with both of them, and those were my first instructors.
Hey, shout out.
Nice. Guys.
Okay, so tell me this, man. I wanna kind of transition into your salsa career. So let me ask you this. I'm very curious to know. Well, let me ask you this first. I guess at what point did you start to slowly transition into salsa? When did that happen? You started dancing around 2021, start competing.
Yeah. So at the same time, I told you I used to go out a lot because I love social dancing. From the first time, this was like an element like I used to love. So I didn't know if I'm doing ballroom or salsa. I thought it was the same. Actually, there was no salsa, so practically it was the same. I mean, nobody knew what it was doing. So we have the Latin club. I think they're going to reopen again now. It's called Palenque. It's one of the oldest Latin clubs in Greece. And the owners were crazy, and they brought some of the biggest musicians live in Athens, like 17 years ago, something like that. And even before, but I wasn't dancing. So like names like Rey de la Paz, Alfredo de la Fe, Tito Allen, Frankie Morales, was lots of names they brought. And I was there in the live concerts. I didn't know really how to dance, but I was surprised. I would see the orchestra playing and the groove and the feeling, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I couldn't appreciate like to the maximum because I didn't know the things I know now about music, but I was surprised and I was like fascinated. So I used to go a lot for salsa, but I didn't know how to really dance, but I used to love. And I was trying with a little ballroom, and from what I could see, like from other people, and I was searching on how I would do it. So the transition, actually, I used to try, and I had like 2 or 3 classes of, let's say, like Rueda, the casino. There was a guy that knew a few moves. So because I told you I'm really curious, when I saw him, I said, okay, teach me that. And I was straight to took like 2 or 3 classes because it was limits on his knowledge as well. And then I wanted to learn more. So when I stopped dancing with Christina, like 2 years after when I started, I was looking for a partner, but I couldn't find one to match in all levels. And at the same time, I used to try to improve my salsa. And I said, I love salsa, so I think I'm gonna stick to salsa. And then, I said like, okay, I really like salsa, so I have to do something. And then I start traveling abroad in order, because in Greece the problem, it's, for example, if you want to learn like basketball without even seeing basketball, not um, to be taught or trained. That was the problem. We didn't have like dancers in terms like of the dancing level, let's say, and not even the Latinos that they know like to dance in the traditional way. So both, it was like almost nothing. The level like was almost in zero. So that was our problem. We didn't have even the image to copy. Yeah, because of course it's different now. I see like to my students the difference when you go in a studio. It's huge. But it was really, really hard for us, because not having like the image. For example, if you go like now in a club in Athens, in New York, whatever, you see, okay, this is salsa, they dance. Back then, we didn't have anything. So not even YouTube. Yeah, it was like in the beginning of YouTube, so there wasn't a lot of videos up,
Uh-huh.
because people, they think like YouTube is really old because they see old videos, but YouTube started like 2004, I think.
Okay, yeah, I understand. I don't know when, but I understand. Um, so I guess that kind of shows how dedicated you were, that you were willing to travel to take classes, man. You really were, I guess about it. You really wanted to accomplish this.
Yeah, and I love as I told you, I love the social dancing. It was amazing. What I love, like also, is like the connection that you have, like for those 5 minutes, the feeling that you can create when you hold somebody and you feel like you are one body. If it's a partner that you match in the same level of technique, and at the same time having fun. Of course, it's not about the technique; it's about having fun. But once you feel like somebody and you can flow and you can dance with him, it's amazing. So this is one of the elements that I love, and that's why I believe in my teaching is one of the best elements about the connection in the couple.
Okay.
Uh, and I start traveling. I went to some congresses. I looked like where do we have like something to start, and I found some events, and I said, okay, let's do it. Let's see what's this salsa festival all about. So I started like this.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this, man. I'm very curious to hear from you. I'm very curious to know, man. Were you able to translate anything that you learned from Latin ballroom? Were you able to transfer any of that to, salsa? Is that transferable knowledge at all?
This is a really, really nice question, a good one, because what I did, I took my like diploma in Latin ballroom, but Latin ballroom is like a form that they created in England for Latin dances, okay, and then to the world in the States as well, but in different way, but the same idea. So the traditional Latin, which is like salsa, let's say, but still it evolved in New York or in Puerto Rico, in other countries. I started from Cuba, but they have like a different base fundamental, let's say. So what I did, I took like the knowledge they have, because they're competing like for years. So they have created like the maximum, the body abilities to the maximum. They have stretched them. So they know exactly what to do in order to have like the best like image, let's say. So I had to find what's the traditional way to dance, and I have to find like okay, how to teach, because I had the knowledge. But if you don't know the way to dance the traditional way, this technique is useless, because you cannot use the same thing. So when I started learning more about the salsa technique, I took like the way they teach. So it helped me a lot to translate things, and how I created my method. Actually, I took like a lot of knowledge they have, but I had to learn the fundamentals, even like the things like as Afro-Cuban, or like all these elements from Cuba, which is totally different. It has a different technique and different attitude. Everything is different. But the way they teach, it's really amazing, like because they have to find like all the small details in order to become better in competing. So it helped them to create like a really strong teaching method in Latin ballroom. So I took this method, and when I learned how to dance salsa, it was useful because I could translate everything to my students in a different way, and I can break down actually what I do.
Okay. I definitely want to get into teaching, but this question just popped in my mind. Tell me this, going back to, your beginner stage. I'm very curious to hear from you. What is something that you struggled with, something that you found difficult to learn as you were progressing on your dance journey?
I mean, in general, in dancing, or like salsa, let's say?
Let's say salsa. We'll stick with salsa.
Okay, for me, it was hard because I didn't know. I don't like to use the words right or wrong, but you know what I mean when I say wrong. I didn't know what was right or wrong. So for me, it was like I didn't have somebody like a mentor, like an instructor to teach me, like, and told me, okay, Dimitris, this is how we do it. So everything, even when I was picking up pieces from congresses and festivals, I had to come back home and I had to find, okay, how I will connect everything, what's wrong with my.
So I get you. Real quick, let me ask you this. I think that's. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think that leads to a great point. Finding the right instructor can almost be like a cheat code, right? Someone that who can correct you, show you what you're doing wrong, and show you the right way to do it. Correct?
Yeah. Of course, it will help you a lot. I mean, if you have an instructor with really strong fundamentals, the most important question when there are coming people to my studio that they have already like done a few salsa. So it's one question with two meanings. When I ask them who's your instructor, is either because something is really good or if something is really bad. Yeah. I'll be judged for everything I do, for my show, for my teaching, for everything. It's okay. It's normal. It's not a bad thing. It's something that if you're judged, you can improve. But this is a beautiful question. If I see somebody and I see like a girl that, okay, I can fix a few things, but wow, who's your instructor? You're amazing. Like, because I see like he's done a good work with you. Or who's your instructor? I mean, what he did to you. Yeah, so this is the most important thing. Nobody knows everything, but as long as you care about what you do, so you can ask, especially now, like 2021, there's no secrets. Like you have to go around and search what's happening and see and how we say the word, like for when you find from different people, you
pull from different people.
You find that the information is the same. How we say that? We cross, double cross?
Cross training, or I don't know.
No. You cross like the information with you double check. Like, let's say, yes, this is the word. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Of course, because when you find like 2, 3, 4 instructors that they tell you the same thing, it means like it works. And this is about the most important thing is to know if it's really salsa and if it works. That's why I don't use the word correct or wrong. I use the word like if it's functional. This is the idea for me. If it's functional and I can say why in my teaching, then yes. If I cannot say why, for example, do this move, when the student will ask me why, I have to answer. If I can't, it means something is wrong.
Yeah. I have like so many things jumping around my mind, but let me ask you about this, man. When did you start teaching? Let me ask you that.
So back in the years, as I told you, I used to do Latin ballroom. So I straight went to take like a diploma because I didn't know if I wanted to do this job. I had to have some credentials, like I can do it. And of course, it's important on how you learn. So I did a few classes as a trainee, let's say, to other people to check me how I do it. Later on, I used to take information about salsa, and as I told you, we didn't have like salsa instructors in Greece. So when people start seeing me that I used to dance in a different way, yeah, I remember also, it's a funny story, when I saw the first couple dancing like in line, let's say crossbody style, New York, LA style, mambo, whatever, but it was in line. It was different than what I was doing. And I said, oh my God, this is something different. I don't know what it is. It was like weird because there was a couple from abroad that they joined a night in one of our clubs. So that was my first like experience with, let's say, New York style or, something different, because we used to dance something like Cuban style, something like.
Okay, Rueda. Okay, yeah. So I've done Rueda. Rueda is absolutely beautiful. I love Rueda.
So after that, back to your question, actually, yeah, the people ask me, okay, Dimitris, I see you dance salsa. Can we have classes? I say, guys, okay, I can give you what I know, because there was no one. So also this is important. Like I started in a way because there was no option actually for anybody. Like if I didn't share some things, nobody would know anything. So it was something like that. Nowadays, I believe it's different. If you want to start, as I told you, there are like a bunch of instructors. So go and ask somebody, how can you teach, to have like a clue, and then you can create your own method, whatever you want. And this is how I started, because people start asking me in clubs and different like venues, and they told me like, oh, I want to see. So I started with some privates like that, and then I went to the studio.
Let me ask you this about your teaching career, and I want to kind of give this in the form of advice to somebody else. As a teacher, what are some things that you know now that you wish you had known when you first started teaching?
Yeah, lots of things. Actually, I improve my method every year because I always believe there's something more. In terms of teaching, there's always something more. Our problem is that we see what everybody does, and we say, okay, we can't do anything. Yes, it's this thing, because we copy. I mean, it's normal. I do that, and it's good to do it. But when you reach a level, you have to outgrow yourself. So there's always something more. There are a lot of things that it would be better to know when I started, but I'm happy. I mean, I don't care. I believe like it's good the way it happened. I don't have like I don't regret about something. Yeah, of course, if I had my own method back in the years, now it would be totally different. But even that, one of the most important things is also your level. You don't have to be like the best dancer, but because people, humans are like monkeys, they copy more. It's easier to copy than to learn. So if they see you, like, I believe there are a lot of not really good instructors, but really good dancers. And they're not really good instructors because they haven't invested in terms of creating a method or explaining in a different way, easier, or thinking about how they can push this. The teaching abilities. But they're really good dancers. So you can have like talented people that they can learn so fast from them. But if you're not talented and if you're not copying really fast, then it's a mess for you. That's why it doesn't help all the people if you're not really good in teaching.
So let me ask you this now, based on what you just said, what is more beneficial to, let's say a beginner? What is more beneficial to a beginner, a highly skilled dancer or a very efficient instructor?
A high skilled dancer and a very efficient instructor in the same time. Yeah, that would be the best. But still, you have to have like, for me, in order to become an instructor, you have to have at least the minimum, like the minimum dancing level has to be kind of good, not really amazing, but if you do something, for example, in your basic really bad, your student that your beginner student, like after 5 months, will copy your basic. Even if you tell him do this or do that, he sees you like every hour what's on your basic, and he will. Right. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you are the best. You have to train at least to be like in an intermediate dancing level, let's say. Okay, not like an intermediate student. I mean, in an intermediate professional, let's say. At least to have everything like in a good level, because people, I told you, will see you and they will do what they see, not what you say. So yeah.
So real quick, what's your opinion on social media and social dance? You know, what's your opinion on all these Instagram videos, Facebook videos, YouTube videos? What are your thoughts on that and how it affects the social dancing atmosphere, you know, environment?
You know, there's nothing, there's no good, and everything like has the good things and the bad aspects, you know. There's nothing totally really good or totally really bad. It's nice that we can like all the people can promote their work and actually promote salsa in general. Okay, so people can see more. So there's nothing bad with it, as long as people they don't misunderstand a video. It's just a video. It doesn't mean you're like an amazing dancer or instructor. For example, I did like lots of videos, but if it's something wrong in my video, I'll do it again. So yeah, my video will be like the best time that I did it. Okay. So yeah, it's like a trick. It's like Instagram versus reality. We make funny stories like when we mess up something. It's nothing bad, but now I mean people maybe they are confused on what they see. But it's good that you can promote your work. I mean, if you have something to promote.
Okay, I definitely understand that. I definitely do. You said are we running out of time or are you good?
Yeah, we have time.
Okay, cool. I'm curious, man. Earlier you said you spoke about connection, you know, between you and your partner, man. You know, for someone out there who may be struggling with connection, you know, they want to improve their connection with their partner. You know, what could you say to that person? You know, how can they improve their connection?
So it's like relationships, okay? So you have to improve yourself in order to improve your connection, okay? It's not about the relationship, it's about you first, okay? So what does it mean it's about you? First thing is timing. You have to have a really clear timing. If you don't have a timing, your connection cannot be amazing, for sure. So that's why it's up to you. It's up to the guy or the girl, it depends. Then second thing, it's about want to dance with the other one. Yeah, so give him the attention. It doesn't mean you're a good dancer. It just means like, okay, we're gonna dance this together for 5 minutes. I don't care. I'm gonna look at you. It's like a conversation. Like we do conversation. I'm paying attention to what you ask. You pay attention to what I'm talking about. So if I look to my mobile, let's say, I will lose something. That's the thing. Like if you think other stuff in dancing, then you're going to start losing. So first thing like it's timing, and then it's your partner. Okay, once you have these two elements, everything comes easier. Then it's about technique, of course, in general. For example, if somebody cannot have balance on their own, how can somebody lead, or how it can be lead from a guy? If it's a girl turns and drops, it's not about the connection or using something technique. It's about learning how you step strong on the floor, and then you'll see your connection will become better. Not even like practicing with the other, just because you're standing better on your own feet. So this is like the fundamentals on the connection. Of course, there are like many things to say about, but these three things like is the most important. Yeah. So first one is like rhythm. The timing has to be really clear. You cannot be a little bit faster or a little bit slower. The only correct timing is the timing you choose. It doesn't matter what you dance, like you dance on the congas, on the clave, on 2, on 1, it doesn't matter. You have to keep this timing, okay? Of course, to know what to lead on the proper timing for the lady to be ready to step, or the opposite. And the second one, I told you to pay attention to your partner. This is just like 4 minutes. Even for an advanced dancer, if I don't pay attention that my partner, she's not ready to do some moves, then it's my bad. Yeah. So I have to pay attention to her, what her needs. And if somebody's stressed, I have to relax the lady. I have to make her feel like she's secure, like for these 4 minutes we'll be together. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. It's like that. And also the girls has to, like, if a beginner, let's say, dances with a more advanced dancer, a lady dancer, she has to smile at him. He will feel like confident. Okay, she likes it. I will do something better for her. I will try. It's like this. You pay attention to the other, and you know the relationship. This 5-minute relationship will work.
I think that is so true, man. I want to say, I've been in that position as a beginner dancer who had the misfortune, perhaps, of dancing with a more experienced dancer, and the look of, like, I guess, disgust, of like boredom on her face was just, it was absolutely heartbreaking to me at that time. So I definitely understand what you're saying when, you know, how impactful a smile can be, or just giving off a good vibe to someone who's new to it, because they are so nervous, so unsure, so unconfident. So I definitely understand that, man. I definitely understand
that. The question now, how many years you're dancing now?
Okay, so I'll be 30 this year, man. So I started when I was about 21. I was around 21.
Cool.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man. I started with salsa just like you.
It's a long trip, but I love every single stop in this trip. It's really great, and nowadays I dance with a total different flavor and feeling. Even from 2 years ago, I dance totally different. I feel different when I dance, and that's the beautiful thing I explain to my students. 1 week ago, I had like 2 of my beginners. Like one of them dances like for 2.5 months, the other one for 1.5. And they told me, wow, we are super excited. We'll do the classes. And I say, girls, it's not. You're going to see it's way more better than what you think in 1 month of classes. And they're like super excited. And they told me, like, Dimitris is like, this is great. I love it. It's amazing. No, it's not yet. Don't worry. You'll see. It will become even better.
It gets better. I understand that, man. I definitely do. Let me ask you this real quick, man. I would love to hear from you. In your opinion, as a seasoned, you know, gold medal winning championship dancer, what makes for a good follow, in your opinion?
Like a follower to, like a female dancer for me?
Yeah. So yeah, you know, what traits does your ideal follower have?
In general, I told you it's the same elements. Like for a beginner, as I told you, the same. She has to have the same elements, like we said, the timing, the connection, everything, and of course to pay attention. Like, okay, I want to dance with Dimitris. I want to see. Frankie once said, Frankie Martinez, I was in a seminar and said, like, I want to see how your body sounds. He said something like that, and it was amazing. Yeah, it's like for me, I want to see what you're feeling. I say, like, okay. And it's what I say to the girls. Girls, pay attention to the guy. And it's interesting to see how different personalities. So when I dance with her, if she pay attention to me and she want to dance with me, I will give it back to her because I will dance for her. It's like a nice game. So for me, yeah, of course, I want to feel like a light hands. Yeah, I really love it. And to be like, because if we're pulling each other, after like 20 minutes of dancing in the night, I'm like exhausted. So if we relax, yes, of course, I want her, if it's possible, to pay attention also to the music. So it goes like the timing, your partner, the music. It goes like this. Yeah, because first he gives you the timing, so you start with the timing, so you can communicate. It means you speak the same language. Then you speak the same language, you start doing a really better conversation, and you wonder about the topic that your partner has. So it's great, and then you both sharing your feelings with the music. So I'll give her space if I see like she wanna dance with me, and I'll take over again. So it's about playing and changes the energy. And if she's willing to do it, it will be the dance will be perfect. I don't really care if it's the fastest or the best, as long as she want to really dance with me and relax. Is the most important things. I won't like put pressure on her. So even if she's stressed, I want to enjoy because I'm feeling like she's stressed, even if she's good. So the most important thing is two people to want to dance with each other. That's the most important thing for me.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, the best technique that you have, I teach a specific method. One of my best things that I created, I don't know if it's hard to say like without giving you some tips like dancing. I have created a special form the ladies think, and of course the technique. The technique never changes. You have like all the time we're working on our technique. Okay, you can be better. But there's like a mindset. I call this a mindset that the way they should think things, they should think about what to expect. So after a while, I was like 2 years ago in El Sol Salsa Festival. It's one of the biggest in Europe. And there was like all like some famous dancers. They came to me. I was with my group, my dance company, and they say, "How you do it? All these girls, they are amazing. They dance the same thing, and we do whatever we want. They're amazing." And I told them, guys, it's about mindset and technique together combined. So if you have a mindset that there's no way that you make a mistake, after a while you don't need to think because this is like muscle memory, let's say. So this is what I have created for women. It's hard to explain now, but yeah, if we were in person, it's easier and with a lady.
Okay, I understand. People need to come take a class with you then, man. That's what it is. So tell me this, we're kind of jumping around. I apologize. But I'm curious, man, you start teaching, I guess at what point could you say to yourself, okay, now I am a full-time dancer? Was that back at 21 when you were a full-time dancer, or was it when you opened your dance school? Like at what point did you?
When I started doing the classes with the salsa, because I started having a small income, and because I was doing like I had like 2 years from my parents that they told me, listen, you have like minimum like not maximum like 2 years that we will help you because you need time in that. So I appreciate that a lot because they helped me, and I didn't have like to work at the same time. It would be much harder to train and work like at the same time. So when I started like having some classes in privates, I used to have like an income. So after that, actually my basic income was from dancing. I didn't have another job. So I think kind of straight, like after I think 22, 23, something like that.
Okay. So follow-up question. If you don't mind, can I ask how old are you now, if you don't mind?
37.
37. Okay, man. So 16 years as a professional dancer, where this is your sole income, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me, what are some things that people may not know about the life of a full-time dancer?
Okay, first of all, I'm not like the typical example to young people. I will, if they ask me, they actually they're coming and they asking me about should I do this for a living. And I say, guys, I'm not the typical. I leave everything. I left everything behind because I wanted to follow my passion. So yeah, that would be my answer. So guys, do whatever you want. Until now, I haven't regretted. And actually, I never thought what to do in order to live. I mean, in terms of paying my bills, because that wasn't my idea on what I want to do. I was more stick to I love to dance. I want to grow with dancing. So I didn't care if I had more or less money. Actually, I was so stick on that so stick to that. So I didn't thought about, okay, I need more money. I need to have more money, and money came along, but it wasn't my main goal. I didn't say I will become dancer because maybe I will travel and I'll have like really good fees and it's a good job. No, I said I love it and we'll see how it goes. I will find my way. So money were coming through different things. And also I did always what I really loved. For example, if I wanted to compete, okay, I said, let's compete, let's try this. And actually, first I'm jumping now, but I first starting to compete only to see how good I am, because I didn't know, I didn't have somebody tell me, okay, this is your level, this is how you grow. So I said, let's try. And back to your question, yeah, this is the thing is I never thought about how I would live. And now in terms of a professional dancer's life, it has the hard part, which it will be like when you're working a lot and you're striving to do something and you're not getting the results, which is the same in any other like sports, let's say, or athletes. It's hard when you have to go back to your school, to your studio, and work again until you made it. But for me, if it's like to young people, I would say like it's good to have goals. It's the only way to progress. But don't stick to the goal, stick to the procedure. And that's the difference, I believe, with the old. I consider myself older than the new ones. So I'm not like the first generation, but I'm the second one. But the difference, the main thing is I care about the procedure. I don't care about the result. I want to have the results in the end, but for me, the most important thing is, for example, when I finish a routine, is if I like what I see to myself and how I feel. And if I feel it's good, okay, probably I will deliver this to the people and I will get back the feedback and I will feel nice. People nowadays, they think like, okay, how should I become like an international instructor? No, it's not. This is not your goal. The goal is to love dancing. If you love the procedure, you're going to become good. If you don't like the procedure, then that's a problem and that's the gap. Because once you're not getting your goal, you'll feel frustrated and probably you will stop. That's the problem. I like the procedure. I don't care about the result that much.
That's awesome, man. That's super cool. And I think, it makes a lot of sense. You say procedure. I think it's what you can say, the process,
Yeah.
You
process,
just, yes. You putting in that, it's same thing, but you just putting in that work day in and day out and just trusting that, you'll reach that end goal no matter what. And I admire that, man. That's super amazing. And that's very beneficial to a lot of people to hear that, man.
Also, something I had a thing when I was younger, because I compete, so you get in this competition feeling. Now I don't compete anymore because I feel like I have fulfilled what I wanted in this sector. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if I wake up and I have another, because I did it like with solo, I did it with the couples, with different couple, with teams. I did all the competitions and I had like trophies. So I'm okay with that. I feel like it's enough. But the thing is, especially like younger people, it's like, for example, basketball. For once you're like Michael Jordan and like you are Kobe Bryant, both are really amazing. It's not about, at the same time, it can be many like dancers which are really good, but different. It's not like some people like Kobe more. Okay, Michael Jordan is the best, but you know what I mean? Like somebody likes LeBron, somebody likes Giannis or whatever. This is the idea. You cannot become like the best, even if you are. It will be like for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, but then someone else will take over. But the most important thing, like that's at the same time, both like some dancers, they grow as well. You don't need like to think like I have to go over him. No, don't worry. Just do your thing and grow, and you'll have a beautiful, like even a relation like with other dancers. It will be amazing because you get more things.
I definitely understand that, man. I feel like um, when you're jealous, I'll say this real quick. When you're jealous, maybe like a scarcity mindset. When you understand that, we all can succeed somewhat, that's my an abundance mindset. So I definitely understand that. I definitely do, man. I'm real curious, man. Tell me about opening up La Secta Dance Company. Talk to me about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I will tell you. So when I started like 13 years ago, I was in a trip in New York because I said like I will do it. I will teach New York style because like in Greece it was zero. But I said like if I like this, then why I will do something else only for other reasons like to be more commercial or stuff. No, I would say I cannot do something that I will go in the party and I will dance with my partner in a different way, and my student I will teach him something else. Why? It doesn't make sense. It's good to know everything so you can have more fun. It's all about the more that you know, you can have more fun with more people. But for me as an instructor, it will be like a mess teaching something that I don't do. So I went straight. I was in New York. I took like a month there to even see it like from the roots. And I came back and I opened the studio. In the beginning, the struggle was a lot. I couldn't see it back in the years because I was so excited. But yeah, it was a lot of struggle because I had to convince people that I'm not saying like bullshit, let's say. Okay, sorry about, but yeah, it was weird in the beginning because they don't trust you. I didn't have like any competition. It doesn't mean anything. It means that you are a good competitor, and that's it.
You got to build that trust.
So yeah, in the years, especially when I booked some of the best congresses in Europe as a guest instructor, then people really had confidence in me. But still, even now, some people that are like, "Can he teach me to dance?" Yeah, that's it. But yeah, you can't do anything about that. They don't trust you. They don't know you. I mean, totally beginners that they look at you and they say, "I don't know, maybe." But yeah, that's the trick. So when I started La Secta, it was hard because even the salsa level was not really high. So I had to build this from the scratch.
Okay, I definitely understand that, man. I really want to hear about La Secta, man. I really do. But let me ask you this, man. Just kind of going back a little bit, but looking at your resume, you have accomplished so many things. Tell me, what did those early years of basketball, what skills were you able to translate from basketball to your life? Not even just dancing in general, but just your life.
Yeah, it's what I said in the beginning. Most of the skills, it was about the mindset I have.
Okay.
And actually, because as I told you, I was younger and I was training a lot. It took me like in higher levels of age levels. I mean, like with men team or like the adult team when I was a child. And I was playing with stronger athletes, especially when you are like a child. It's not easy to compete like with a guy with a grown up. It's really hard. But that gave me like I had like an attitude, like like a lion. I will do it. I don't care. So I thought like you're not thinking really clear that you're a child, but that will help you. So it gave me like in a good terms, like also on how I can stand up. Always with respect. I remember like in 10 years of basketball, I never answered back my coach. Never, like 10 years. What he said, I will do it, even if we do suicides in the court, whatever. I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. It's my job to do what he says, and even if I don't like it, I will see later what I will do. I will finish my practice. It's not about rehearsing. Now it's about rehearsing. Yeah, my training, and then. So yes, the second one, it was consistency. I was there every day, every single day. Back and back and back, like for 10 years. Every single day, I was coming back and coming back. So I have this in the back of my mind. It gave me also in the beginning the feeling that we are a group, a team of people, even if sometimes because I was like, if you're scoring a lot, you are like kind of star. The people that scores a lot, it's like this. But still, the feeling I had, I do it for my team. So the goal for me was to win my team. I remember when I was like with the children team, and I was playing also in the men's team. My coach was kind of angry because he was looking at me and he said, "You're playing the men's team and you're thinking about winning with the children." And he was like, "You don't get it." But for me, it was my friends, my team. Let's say the men's team, I didn't feel like it was my team. I was like, "Okay, I'm there. It's good, it's fun, it's different, it's hard." But then I said like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna do it. It's our team. It's like together." I felt it more strong. So it helped me to create these bonds, even like later on in dancing in the teams, which is something really hard, I have to say. the teams in the salsa world. But yeah, this is some of the elements that I kept in life,
Yeah,
and it helped a lot.
I definitely understand that, man. Consistency, teamwork. I forgot the first one, but those two right there alone, man.
To standing, even if
Okay.
it's something, I don't know
Oh,
the
like
word.
confidence, maybe confidence, perhaps.
Confidence, yes. I was really
Confidence.
confident.
Yeah. Okay. Confidence, consistency, teamwork.
Yeah, and it gave me confidence that, and of course, respect. It's one of the most thing I respected every single person on the court, my coach, everything. It started like this. So I always respect the people that I have in front of me, even in my team or in the other team. It's one of the most important things is to respect. If you don't respect, you're gonna have a problem in life.
Okay, I understand that, man. I definitely understand that, man. Real quick, I don't want to take you up too much more time, man. But I guess tell me this. I'm very curious to hear from you. How has the social dancing scene in Athens, how has it changed from when you were just getting into it, just getting into Latin ballroom to where it is now in 2021?
So yeah, it's one of my favorites also. When I started, we were like 5 single persons dancing, let's say crossbody style, whatever. And there were people going out for dancing, but I mean in dancing level, let's say, not in general that we're going to go out to listen to Latin music and maybe we'll move a little. So in terms of dancing level, we were like 5 people. Now, if you are like in a good social night or in a small event, I'm not talking about festival, which is going to be better, but if you are in a small event or a good social night and there are like most of the good dancers, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, you're gonna have like lots of good dances, and it's really nice. And it's one of the things I'm really proud of how the things are growing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
People have to stick to that because there are like many young people that they are frustrated and they don't know if they want to keep on doing it. So it's important like for people to support this and stick to that because we have really, really good community. It's small, it's not really big because Greece is a small country. But once you are like in a good night, you're going to have fun.
That's awesome, man. That's super awesome. Dimitris, man, I want to thank you so much for taking time out here to talk to me, sir.
I'm really happy. I will be happy to do it again. Wish you all the best, and I hope to meet you in person. I don't know when or where, but
I would love to come out to Greece, man. I would absolutely love it, man.
you're welcome. Whenever you come, just text me. And
shoot. Hey, I really appreciate that. Real quick before you go.
The salsa.
Tell me actually tell me this. Do you have any upcoming events? Anything that you want to plug? Anything you want to share?
No, I want to see like now the things I hope after COVID. Actually, we are doing COVID still, but I believe it's going to be better, and I hope like more people to join. And I think we are like in better terms than the years before. all the dancers, they have, the community is even better. Of course, they have differences, but the only way to grow is if we are together. Of course, people have different jobs and different business, but still, if they have the same goal in order to become better. If you are the best and you're alone, then your community is nothing. The more people are in the community, the more you grow. So that's the only thing I want to say to everybody who's watching. Support like all the social nights, support the studios, and try what's best for you. Go out there. Don't think like this is like the best or the worst. Just try, and you will see. That's the thing for me. Thank you for having me. Actually,
Of course, of course,
for listening.
of course, man. Real quick. How can people get in contact with you? How can they reach out to you?
They can go to my Instagram account. Of course, it's Dimitris Psychogyios. I don't know if we can write it later or something. Or like find me like if you write like Dimitris Salsa, whatever. Even if YouTube, you will find my contact. And of course, www.lasecta.gr. It's my site, and they'll have my phone, my information there, so they can contact me. And all the time, we're having people from abroad, and they contact us, and it's really nice. Even if you combine vacation with classes or with social dancing, you're gonna have fun in Greece.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. When I upload this, I'll make sure that I put all your social media links in the description. I got you.
Thank you, bro.
Of course, man. Like I said earlier, Dimitris, I want to thank you so much, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation with you, man. Thank you so much.
I was happy to be here.
Hey, thank you so much, Dimitris, man. Ciao.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Hey everyone, if you made it this far all the way to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much. My overall goal with making these interviews and these episodes is to give a voice to dancers, to give them a platform to speak their story. So if this is of value to anyone, then that means the world to me. My overall goal is to give value to the dance community. So if you find no value in this, then I urge you to please let me know where I can improve on. I truly want to, just give value and content to the dance community. So please let me know how I can improve, where I'm messing up, because to be 100% honest with you, I'm learning along the way as I do this. I truly am. So to be able to interact with the dance community, it means the world to me, because it gives me feedback and it lets me know what I'm doing right, where I can improve upon, what I'm doing wrong, which I feel like might be more important. So please, if you all could comment and just let me know what you think, it means the world to me, because that feedback just helps me improve. So please comment as well. Please like and subscribe. That means a lot as well. But I want to say thank you so much for just watching this, because it means the world to me. I want to take you on this journey of the Two Left Feet podcast. I'm very excited for it. So once again, thank you so much.